Alright guys, got a John Deere up here on the workbench. Customer complaining that it's running a little hot. So I'm going to get it tore down, get it rotted out, see if we can't figure out if this is the issue that he's having. Alright guys, here's what we got. There's silver solder in this drop seam that I'm going to have to cut through in order to get this tank off. Somebody didn't want this thing to ever come off again. But in order to rod this thing out, I'm going to have to cut through each and every one of these little spot welds. Now you might be able to get it hot enough to blow it out with an air gun, but I don't want to superheat this tank or superheat the header plate unnecessarily. So let's get to cutting. All right, here's what we got. You can see some of these tubes, pieces of solder in them. Pretty typical of aftermarket. See this a lot. Silicone, solder. What you'll also notice is when they put this tank on, they didn't flood the seam properly to the inside. And if they'd done that, silver soldering wouldn't have mattered anyway. I know they didn't want it to come apart, but if you put them together properly, you don't have to use silver solder. So let's get rodding this thing out, see what it looks like. Alright guys, after rodding this thing out, it's the best I'm going to get. It's about 10 tubes that will not open. They've got solder in them, and you'll never rod through solder. But that's not going to matter on this thing. The real overheating issue was on the outside. This thing was just slammed shut full of debris before I washed it off. Got some fins that I'm gonna straighten. So I believe we're gonna be all right with this one. All right, I'm gonna get it cleaned up and get the tank back on it. So before I put this tank on, I'm gonna replace this neck. Looks like somebody wrapped a chain around it, tried to pull it off the tractor with it. What I'm gonna do is use this neck, this overflow, tuck it in real clean across the front there. Did go ahead and pull the upper mounts off, put those back on properly. On this side it was missing a stud, so I put another one back in there as well. Cleaned up this center mount also. So I'm gonna have to cut this neck out of there because it's silver soldered in there. So I'm gonna have to get radical with it. It's always fun. All right, one filler neck installed. I'll spare you the gory details, but that took about 45 minutes. But it turned out nice. And it's done right. And way better. All right, final pressure test. What I like to see, no leaks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get these fins straightened up. Just a little pro tip, don't even bother with those radiator combs. Best tool in the world right here is flathead screwdriver. You get down in here and you just stand all of them back up one row at a time.